Okay, so hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of our In Conversation series. My name is James from Trotec Laser and today I'm talking to James from Yavik Laser. Good to have you with us, James.
Good morning, thank you. Nice to be here.
It's good to have you. So let's have a start and talk about your business. So your company name, how did that come about, and just also some general information about how you got started, how long you've been trading for.
We've been trading for about 4.5 years now. The Javik name is a bit of a no-no. My name's James. My girlfriend's name is Vicky. We set the business up together and we sort of took James and Vic and squished them together and made Javik. It sounds very Nordic. Lots of people ask me whether it's something to do with my Viking heritage with my long hair and blue eyes, but no, unfortunately not.
I must admit, when I first saw your company name, I was expecting, like you say, a sort of Scandinavian theme, but then when you told me the actual reason, I was like, oh well, it's fair enough. You shouldn't always look for complicated reasons behind names.
That's very true. Apparently there is a place called Javik in Norway, which I'm going to go there at some stage just to see what it's like. But yeah, I don't have too many Scandinavian roots, unfortunately. If I did, I'd be taller with longer hair. And initially, it was set up as a hobby. So I was working as a full-time marine engineer and commercial boat skipper. And after 20 years of doing that, I thought I wanted to do something a bit different, but I didn't know what. So Googling around, I came across laser cutting, thought it was very interesting, and we went out and bought a laser not long after, just as a hobby to do in our workshop, to sort of give us something to do during our downtime. And it escalated from there, really. We started doing things for friends and family, and then we started to do things and started to sell them. And we just branched out, and I started to target different markets. And about 2.5 years ago, just over, I left my full-time employment and came here to work full-time. So it's now a full-time business. So we've just taken somebody on. So it's growing and expanding all of the time. And obviously we bought the Trotec laser last year on the back of our little laser, which we were due a new laser, but that one wasn't really fast enough, quick enough, detail wasn't good enough. So yeah, got in touch with Trotec and we got the Speedy 300, which I absolutely love.
Excellent, that's great to hear. What are your driving factors for success, and who is your most interesting client or most interesting project that you've undertaken so far?
Driving forward, it's difficult to say really. You build up a passion about these things and you build up a passion about the business. So the driving force behind that is the enjoyment of it. I absolutely love coming to work. So you force yourself and push yourself every day to do stuff that's good for the business. Interesting jobs, we do so many interesting jobs, which is why I love the job. We have done the floorboards for the Norwich City Gym, which I think we did mention before. That's a local company to us that sell gym equipment. They asked us if we could engrave these floors, and we could fit them in the machine. So we pretty much say if it can fit in the machine, we can engrave it. Interesting products, we do no end. We've got a job next week. We'll be engraving 640 tiles for a cinema, for an art installation. So it's so varied. It really is varied.
So when you chose your Trotec laser, why were you actually looking to replace your existing laser? And did you have any other thoughts of other suppliers, or did you discover Trotec and were they the one that caught your attention?
Trotec have always been on my radar since, I would say, probably a year or so after buying my original laser. I started researching lasers more and more and became more interested in it. And Trotec have always been at the top of the list for quality and excellent machines. So they've always been on my radar. I then got a CNC rotary engraver. So we do brass plaques. We do a lot of engraved laminate. So I had that for a year or so, and that was producing most of our laminate work. And I can't remember how I got in touch with Johnny, whether he got in touch with me, but somehow or other, I appeared on the Trotec radar, and Johnny came down and gave me a demo. And I was really impressed that it could do laminates to the speed and the quality of engraving that it could do. It could match where it couldn't. It's not just matching the rotary engraver, it exceeded it. The rotary engraver is very fast for engraving and makes a very clean job, but it's very slow for cutting the parts out afterwards. So the Trotec, because it can engrave and cut the laminate all in the same time, is so fast, our production levels have gone massively up. Last month we were asked to do 1,500 fire door discs. So I initially looked at doing them on the rotary engraver, and it was going to be a 33-hour job to do all of these discs. The engraving was fast, the cutting out was the slow part. So I stuck them on the Trotec, and we did 1,500 discs in just over 10 hours, I think it was. So the cost saving in time alone was just unbelievable, and the quality was as good as what comes off the rotary engraver.
Beforehand, we discussed that you were doing electrical labels, and that was another thing you could save time on. Like, it would take a lot longer, days more than it would with your Trotec laser. Is that correct?
It certainly does, yeah. I mean, the rotary engraver does a phenomenal job. The engraving is really crisp and clear, but cutting the laminate afterwards, because you're using a tool, it's just too slow. Whereas the Trotec, because it cuts and engraves so fast, our production time is massively reduced.
So what do you love about your Trotec laser? What really sets it apart from all the other equipment that you've previously used, and obviously makes you so happy with it?
I love all of it, to be fair. From the software, because I can print direct from CorelDRAW and then go into job control, you can set the jobs up. Positioning is really, really good. I've got the camera system on mine as well. So we use that for cutting parts out that have got registration marks printed on them. And it just saves so much time. I think the speed, the ease of use, the quality that comes out at the end of it are all things that I love about that machine. It's so versatile, and it's so easy to use all the way through. Even cleaning it is easy. It takes 5 minutes to clean the thing, and then you're back into production again. So I don't have too many downsides to the Trotec. It's my all-time favourite machine so far. I enjoy using it, and it just produces great stuff at the end of it.
Excellent. I think we can see in the background your clock has obviously got personalised engraving. Is that something that you did on your Trotec? Yeah,
the clock. There's also, I shall just see if I can slide that slightly across. There's also a photograph there, yes, which is on some black and white laminate, which was a photograph that I stuck on the Trotec. The level of detail that came out of that is not something that I've been able to produce before. So it gives you a lot more confidence when somebody phones up and says, can you do this? You can say, well, yes, I can, because the confidence in the machine is so high. I don't think there's a lot that I would turn away that I would be worried about putting in that machine.
Thank you for watching part 1 of our interview with Javik Laser. Stay tuned for part 2, where we continue our discussions with James about his business and see what other interesting applications he's been creating.